Yeah. Hey, folks, welcome. Welcome back to the Basement Show podcast. Short. That's right, baby. That's right. What do we got today, T?
Oh, my goodness, Ryan. Today,
Yeah?
we are nestled
Yeah?
in the bosom of Vermont.
Oh, Vermont Brestual. Yes, let's go. Let's go peeping.
Leaf peeping.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about the Hayden family curse.
Mm-hmm.
You're cursed.
Yep.
So, William Henry Hayden, also known as Will, very convenient, moved his family to Albany, Vermont in the early 1800s.
Beautiful.
He borrowed money from his mother-in-law, Mercy Dale, who was a widow and financially well off. Mercy moved in with the family, and her money helped the family settle into this new community. Will never paid back his loan, and several years later, he found himself in serious financial trouble. He once again approached Mercy and requested an additional loan. I think it's funny her name is Mercy.
Mm-hmm. That's the first thing he said.
Yeah.
Mama, have mercy. Give me monies.
Well, since I already know how this story pans out, I think it's funny her name is Mercy.
Right.
She refused, and now uncomfortable, she moved away from the family. In the following months, she was struck by an ongoing illness. Now suspicious, she accused Will of poisoning her.
You're a bad son.
In 1809, as she lay dying in the presence of her daughter, Silence, yes, her daughter's name was Silence,
Why couldn't I marry that one?
she uttered an ominous curse in which she declared the Hayden name would die and pass into oblivion. The Hayden name shall die in the third generation, and the last to bear the name shall die in poverty.
Ooh, squalor.
Mercy bitterly announced she refused to be buried in the Hayden family cemetery. She instead requested to be interred with a neighbor's family plot.
Oh.
Life went on, and the curse was forgotten. Will Hayden's daughters all got married and supplied the couple with several grandchildren. The family's luck and fortune quickly took a turn for the worse. Of the couple's 4 sons, all but one died young. The one that survived Henry was named after his father. He slowly started to show signs of erratic behavior. Will and his wife, Azaba, became estranged after Will lost most of the family fortune. He later also lost his eyesight. Will at one point fled to Canada to avoid his creditors. He later died in New York penniless. Will's son Henry Jr. built an extravagantly furnished home for his family in 1854 after his father's death. The Henry Hayden Jr. family quickly became the envy of the neighborhood. The family would take regular pleasure rides down South Albany Road in handsome horse-drawn carriages.
Ooh, that sounds lovely.
Henry's family lived comfortably with many servants to fulfill all their needs.
Squires.
I need servants to fulfill my needs.
Me too.
Their annual New Year's party, held in the new mansion's third-story ballroom with its spring suspended floor, was always a big success. A spring suspended floor.
That's right.
That sounds dangerous.
Well, they were jamming out.
As Henry Jr. continued to grow unstable, his mother cut him out of the will. He had one daughter named Mammy. He died in 1910 of a cerebral hemorrhage. Henry Jr.'s body was carried in a horse-drawn hearse that passed his old home on the way to the cemetery. The curtains in the windows were shut in tribute, but by this time his mansion had been empty nearly 20 years because he could no longer afford to live in it. Many now recalled Mercy's curse, and most believed it had taken its toll on the Hayden family. The only Hayden left alive was Henry Jr.'s daughter, Armenia, or as she was known, Mammy. All that was left with her inheritance was an unsavory family reputation and a large number of unpaid bills.
Oh, man. That's tough.
Ill and humiliated, she moved to Waterville, Maine, where she died in poverty in February of 1927. She was the last victim of Mercy Dale's curse. A family from Canada purchased the old Hayden mansion for $25,000. That's a good price.
Right, for a cursed house.
Rumors started to spread that the underground tunnels that Henry Jr. had once used to smuggle illegal Chinese immigrants to supply his farmland with cheap labor were now being used for a large bootlegging operation.
Alrighty then.
If you're going to have a secret underground tunnel,
Right. Move that booze.
move that bootleg. This new family held dances once more on the third floor ballroom. They enjoyed the social status this brought. In 1922, they sold the mansion. Most of the subsequent owners did not have the money to maintain the mansion. The estate was eventually sold piece by piece. Other parts were burned down. The mansion, abandoned for years, spiraled into major disrepair. Stories began to circulate that the old mansion located on the outskirts of town was haunted. People passing by reported seeing strange lights. Others mentioned hearing music coming from the third floor ballroom. They stated this room was brightly lit at the time they had heard the music. Some believe that the ghosts of the Chinese immigrants Henry smuggled into the country remain. These workers were often buried in unmarked graves near the family's farm. Nasty. So, you should probably avoid the curse and ring the bell to be notified when we upload new mediocre content. And don't let the like button be lonely. Be sure to hit that as well. And if you're feeling generous, share and subscribe.
Please.
What's happening next week, Ryan?
Full episode. That's right. Basement Show Podcast Cadets.
Cadets.
Yeah. Buckle up, baby. Coming back with a full episode next week.
Yes.